Welcome guys to one of the Mystelics commentaries about Mystelics, and of course we are here to discuss something very important today. Welcome back. Now guys, as you may have heard that the US Supreme Court recently ruled in favor of gay couples having the ability to marry. Now guys, I'm not really sure who is responsible for giving any human being the right to define what marriage actually is, but in the United States, of course, it took 5 people to define that for their 50 states. Interesting, isn't it? I personally believe that that right is only reserved for God, the one who was there in the beginning, in the middle, and will forever be in the end. He said, "For this cause shall a man leave his mother and father's house, and cling to his wife, and they two shall become one flesh." But let's say you don't believe in God. Before the Supreme Court ruling, there was a meeting held where a homosexual guy was asking a question in this regard. He wanted to find out why he can't file a joint tax return with his potential husband, and that was the answer that he got.
My question really is, why should I, as a gay man, be denied the same right to file a joint tax return with my potential husband?
The reason that you should not have the option of filing a joint tax return is because you can't get married. Even
but
what
I
marriage
can in California. I can get married.
You can be issued a marriage license in the state of California, but you can't actually get married. And it's not discrimination because everyone is equally eligible for entering into the marital relationship, where you understand marriage as a union of sexually complementary spouses, a permanent exclusive union of man and woman, husband and wife, mother and father.
So even if you don't believe in God, folks, naturally marriage is defined as sexually complementary. Not this or this. According to the speaker, everybody has the equal right to enter into a marriage, but that is between a man and a woman. People always tend to claim that, oh, it's inequality, and they use the words inequality very loosely. But the Supreme Court decided it's gonna grant homosexuals the right to get married. Well, if you can grant homosexuals to get married, what about the other folks who want to get married? Don't they too have an equal right? Like the polygamous relationships in this article. After all, you're allowing one thing to happen. What about the equal rights of all the others? And if you're hindering their equal rights because you granted homosexual rights, then you're being unequal. Or the pedophiles who want their rights as well. You see, it doesn't just stop one place, it just continues, because people will always want to get their rights to do different things, and if you ill-treat them, you're a bigot, you're not for equal rights. So the granting of the homosexual ability to get married, of course, opened a lot of doors for everybody else to want the equal rights. I remember Obama back in 2008 when he was defining marriage as a man and a woman, union between a man and a woman. And he also included God in his answer as well as a Christian. That's what he said.
I believe that marriage is the union between a man and a woman. Now, for me as a Christian, it's also a sacred union. God's in the mix.
He was also asked if he would support any changes made between this union of marriage.
Would you support a constitutional amendment with that definition?
No, I would not.
But lately, he recently praised the Supreme Court for the decision. That is very interesting.
At a certain point, I've just concluded that, for me personally, it is important for me to go ahead and affirm that I think same-sex couples should be able to get married.
Either you go up or you go down, and I think that was going down morally.
This morning, the Supreme Court recognized that the Constitution guarantees marriage equality.
Recently, he was talking about what he thought. But back then, he mentioned his values rooted in God. It is very interesting to see how people's moral values, their core values, can change within a short space of time, and even when they even elevate to a different position in life. But the moral ground still stands, folks. After the Supreme Court ruling, over 2 million people came out to the streets to perform a mock crucifixion of Jesus Christ. They were mocking Christianity because of the decision that was made by 5 people in the Supreme Court. Interesting, isn't it? But of course, T.D. Jakes had a wonderful response for all of this.
The world is going to be the world, and the church is going to be the church. And you have to understand the difference. The Supreme Court is there to make a decision based on constitutional rights and legalities that fit all Americans. They are not debating scripture. But what we do need to watch is that our religious freedom is also respected and protected, so that we don't have to get caught up in the winds of the world and go the way the world is going. Amen?
Folks, there's a whole lot of articles online that you can find where a lot of gay people were attacking Christians to participate in things that were against their beliefs. But now that it is legal, what's gonna really happen?
is that this decision could represent a real threat for religious freedom, and we don't quite know the full implications of it yet, but if you're a tax-exempt organization or if you're a school and you still want to maintain your religious beliefs, there are some serious issues that will be percolating up over the next few months.
One set of people have more rights than the other because of their beliefs. And those who have their beliefs have the least rights. If you want to get married in a church and the pastor doesn't want to marry you, then they have the right to take you to court and jail you maybe. So equal rights is not really equal at all. So folks, this is why I love Texas, because Texas itself has decided it's going to pass bills that will protect the religious people and Christianity and all the other faiths from participating. I think there was also an article where there was an involvement of telling persons who did not believe in same-sex marriage not to participate in anything, and they also stated that they have lawyers prepared to help defend these people and their rights to not participate in that as well. So Texas, yo, big ups to you guys for taking that first initiative, and I hope the other states follow suit. Don't get me wrong, folks, I believe that people have the right to do whatever they want. But when it comes down to marriage, folks, marriage is not something you can just dish out just like that or pass a law and say everybody can do it. It is nothing else but perversion. Like Dr. Walter E. Williams stated, how does something immoral when done privately become moral when it is done collectively? Furthermore, does legality establish morality? Slavery was legal. People always had this civil rights movement thing wrong. You can be gay and no one knows, but you can be black and everybody will know. So they try to use that same civil rights movement for the gay movement. People being killed and murdered for simply being black. People had to sit behind buses. People couldn't go to the same schools, the proper schooling facilities. They didn't have these things. Anyways, folks, slavery was legal. Stalinism was legal. All these different things were legal. But folks, because the Supreme Court has made gay marriage legal doesn't mean anything. But clearly, the fact of legality does not justify these crimes. Legality alone cannot be the talisman of moral people. I was talking to one of my friends about the same kind of issues, and he was telling me that animals tend to exhibit gay tendencies. But correct me if I'm wrong, if that same animal wants to mate, it does not go find another male. Furthermore, animals don't get married. Human beings do. And therefore, animals exhibiting gay tendencies has no meaning for human marriages whatsoever. So that is my take on the Supreme Court ruling on gay marriage as well as everything else. Anyways, guys, this is your boy Mystelics on the Mystelics commentary. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, subscribe to the channel right there by clicking this button over there. Of course, if you want to see more of my videos, please click this television screen over there to see my previous videos as well. If you're not sure what to do, hit the panic button and you will definitely get to see something really cool as well. Of course, if you have any commentary, leave it below. I would really like to see what you guys have to say on this topic about, you know, the gay marriage and all of that stuff. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. It's your boy Mystelics on a Mystelics commentary, and I will see you guys in the next commentary video.